Hello, Spa Divas. How are you guys? I hope you're having an amazing day. It's Thursday afternoon, and this is my intense training today that I'm going to give you 8 growth strategies for your spa business. I'm super excited to be here today. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes before people maybe jump on. I know a number of you had said you were going to try and make it live, and no problem. After that, you can watch the replay. So if you're here right now, tell me where you're dialing in from, and let me know if you've heard any of my trainings or have actually taken any of my trainings before. So I see someone's just popped on. I can't quite see who it is yet, but say hello and tell me what city you're here from. And while we're waiting, it's Amy. Hello, Amy. How are you? Nice to see you. It's been a long time. So for those of you that do not know me, we've had lots of new people in the group this week. So I want to just introduce myself. I always forget about this. My name is Tazeem Jamal, and I'm an award-winning master esthetician, award-winning spa business coach, and master esthetician. And I am super passionate about helping estheticians basically earn more money for every hour that they're working, in a nutshell. So if that's you and you want to earn more money, then I'm super excited that you're here. Oh my goodness, Jessica, hello. Another long-time person. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. So please drop your questions below if you have any. I am going to go through 8 different things that you can do to grow your business pretty much, this week. Like, you could implement some of these things almost immediately, and it would help to give you overall. My 2 big themes this year to help you guys is, 1 is to make more money for every hour that you're working. And 2 is to get more visible. Now, when you're visible, that almost comes first. If you're visible and you're standing out in the crowd from all the other people in your community, and it's not a contest, it's not a competition, but ultimately, if you do things differently in your business, then you are going to stand out. And so some of the tips I'm going to give you today are literally just super simple ideas that can help you gain visibility. Now, some of them you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to do them. And I totally get that. But you know what? Being in business is not for the faint of heart, as many of you know, right? So we need to keep pushing outside of our comfort zones, and we need to be challenging ourselves to grow. And so today's training is going to be 1 or 2 things that are going to be like, I don't know if I can do that. But you know what? You might make a boo-boo. There's a lot of things that you'll do maybe that you'll feel like, oh my God, I just fell flat on my face. It's okay. You can delete things. So if you feel like, oh my God, that totally didn't turn out the way I want, that's okay. You can delete it. So let's get started. If you guys have any questions, then please drop them below. And then at the end of our session today, towards the end, I'm going to share with you about a paid masterclass that I am working on, that I'm going to give you all the details for. And I have over 40, maybe 45 different ideas like this. So I'm giving you 8 today, but I have a total of, I'm writing almost every single day right now. I'm kind of on a bit of a roll. So I've got over 40 or 42 ideas already written down, and I'm giving you 8 of them today because I really want to have you understand that really it's not that difficult. They really are very simple ways for you to grow your business. But there's 2 things I'm going to say before we get started with the actual ideas that I'm going to give you. 1 is you've got to be consistent. You cannot think that you can grow your business if you are not consistent. Number 2, for those of you that do not have retail, you're truly missing out. Now, I understand that sometimes when you're brand new, maybe things are, a little bit tight cash flow wise, that maybe you don't have a lot of inventory. And I get that. But you've got to find a way to start selling more retail. Those 2 things in my books, if you're working with me as a coach and you are my client, that is going to be one of the top things we are going to be talking about. So keep that in mind. And that's not one of the things we're actually covering today, but I truly believe that when you have retail, it's a game changer for your business. And I get it that people are like, oh my gosh, Tazeem, I just don't have a lot of money and I just can't invest in product. And I get that piece. But I also have, in a different class, but I also have lots of ideas that can help you grow your business even without inventory. So there are ways to do it. You just have to be open to them. So let's get started. So the first one that I think is really, really fun, easy to do, definitely, but it will need a little bit of restraint on your part. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about you joining free local Facebook groups. Now, tell me, if any of you that are on right now, are you already in local Facebook groups? So if you're not, then it's a really great way for you to start getting your name out there. And what is really important to do when you join these groups is comment on different people's posts, like people's posts, and connect with other people. Initially, I want you to restrain, and this is where the restraint comes in. I want you to restrain from pitching ideas about your business to people that are in the group. Look for, if you go to the very top bar in any group, if you're looking for a topic, maybe you look up skincare, you look up lashes, you look up esthetician, you look up beauty, go to the top bar. Usually on the right side, there's like a little icon for a magnifying glass. Look for the topics in there and see what kinds of conversations people are having. Can you contribute to the conversation? Now, this is not my phrase, but it's basically called a peacock strategy. Okay, this is something I learned and I'm sharing with you. It's called the peacock strategy. And why? Because what does a peacock do? It spreads its feathers and it's very, very grand, right? But it's also very, almost has a shy demeanor. So when you go into these groups, show up with a peacock strategy. And they're also very proud birds. And that when I use that as a comparison is we as estheticians are very proud of what we do. We are very knowledgeable of what we do. We stand tall in what we know, but sometimes we can be a bit shy, right? So that's why I use it in my own learning and teaching other people is the peacock strategy is go into these groups and be a peacock. And don't be pitching. But remember, this is going to bring me right into the second point. But before I jump in there, after you've been in the group for a couple of months and you've actively been commenting on people's things and you're like giving like really nice feedback or you're saying something very pleasant to people, maybe after a couple of months, first of all, you're in there for a couple of months to check it out. You want to see what kind of people are they? Are these ideally your clients? Are these people that are always whining and complaining? Are these people that are bitching about pricing? No, if that's who's in the group, you do not want to do this next step. This is still tip number one. But get to know if it is a really good group and you think, oh my gosh, some of these people would be amazing clients, then go into these groups and connect with the admin. Friend the admin and maybe send them a message and just say, hey, listen, I've been in your group for a couple of months. I really like what I see. And I'm wondering, would you be open to doing some kind of collaboration? And by collaboration, it really truly means that, like there's different ways that you could do things. Could you become a paid sponsor in the group where you pay X amount of dollars every month, but you get to talk about your business, right? So that's one way. The other way, the other half of that strategy would be for you to just say, I'm a local esthetician, a local lash girl, whatever it is that you do, a local waxer, and I would really love to do a contest for the members of your community. Would you be open to something like that? And say, and all I ask in return is that you allow me to share a few posts that are educational based about your specialty. So whether it's waxing, whether it's facials, whether it's lashes, whatever it is. So that's another idea. So that in itself is like 3 different ideas rolled into one, right? So that's tip number 1. Now we're moving on to tip number 2, which literally is a lead in from number 1, because when you comment and people see your name in the group, like consistently, and I'm not saying spamming people, but go into these groups as regularly as possible without spamming them. So you don't want to be in there every day, like 3, 4, 5 times a day, commenting, because then that looks like you're spamming people and you're really like red flagging. It's like, okay, come see me. You don't want to do that, right? But you want to be genuine in your responses to people. So that would be something that I would do. But what do you think people are going to do when they see you constantly commenting and giving value? Like if somebody asks a question, like, I'm really struggling with, what kind of SPF to use. We're getting into hot weather and blah, blah, blah. So as an example, then you want to go in there and you want to thoughtfully give an answer. You could say, as an esthetician, this is what I would recommend for my clients. Or you could even not even say that I'm an esthetician. You could just say as a professional, and they'll be like, what professional? What does she do? And what are they going to do? And this is tip number 2, is they're going to go to your profile. Right? Most groups won't allow you to join as a business, but they will go to your profile. So that's my tip number 2 is, what does your profile look like? Is your bio in your profile reflective of what's going on in your business right now? Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh my God, Tazeem, I've always been told not to use my profile for my business. Well, I disagree. It's really important now. Things, of course, as we know with social media, the rules are always changing. But lately, social media, especially Facebook, is actually encouraging people to use their personal profile for their business. And I would say I'm not on there pitching all the time, but I definitely share exciting things. Like when I think maybe it was in March or in April, I had a article that was published and I shared it here, but I also share things like that on my timeline. And what it does is it allows you to build authority. So making sure your bio is exactly what you want it to look like. And have you filled it out completely? Is there a link to your business? Because they're going to watch all of that stuff. So there's no point in joining a Facebook group if your bio has nothing on it. So you really want to make sure, can you see how sometimes things are connected, right? So make sure your bio is complete. Use and optimize the bio properly to give people somewhere to go. It's not like, oh, this is pictures of her family. This is a little bit about her business. This is, oh my gosh, there's a link to her business. And honestly, one of the biggest downfalls I see estheticians do so often is they have the name of their business, but it's not a clickable link. Make sure if you're going to add the name of your business or a booking system link, or a website, make sure it's clickable. Because trust me, if people don't know you, they're not taking that extra step. They're not going to start plugging in the name of your business into a Google search and look for you. They're not going to do that. Now, they might, but why create a barrier for people? You want that to be as easy as possible for someone to get to your business page. Okay, so that was tip number 2. Now, you guys know I'm notorious for losing track of where I'm at, so I've written everything down. I hope I don't forget everything. Now, one other thing about your bio and on your profile is making sure that you change the header image, the big rectangular image above the circle. And I would encourage you to be changing that regularly. And what's regular? I don't mean every day. I don't mean every week. I mean every 2 to 3 weeks. Change that image. It should be current to what it is that you're talking about right now in your business. Do you have Mother's Day stuff? Mother's Day is around the corner. Do you have Mother's Day ideas for people? Do you have an anniversary coming up for your business? Whatever the case might be. If you go to my personal profile right now, you'll see right now that I have got an image that talks about my book project. I am actually in the throes of creating and wanting to publish a book that is featuring estheticians and spa owners just like you. Now, it's not, you don't have to be an esthetician to be in the book. You could be a massage therapist. You could be an aromatherapist. You could be a lash tech. You could be a nail tech. You could be a waxer. It doesn't matter. As long as you're in the spa, wellness, beauty industries, you can participate in my collaborative book project. And if you're interested in finding out more about the book project, just put the word book in below and I will be happy to send you some more information about the book project. So that is a fee-based, opportunity. It's going to take basically the rest of this year to pull it together, but I do have a separate Facebook group for the book project. So if that's something, because there's a lot of you that are on new, Hi, Nicola. Thanks for being here. There's many of you that have not been on with me for a long time, or you're new and I just haven't seen you before. So if you have not heard me talk about the book project, it's super exciting. So if you've ever dreamt about becoming an author, then you might want to check this out. I'm super excited. We have about 30 women in the group already. And it's a very, very exciting time in my career. It's something I've had on my bucket list to do for over 10, 15 years, and I'm finally pulling it together. So if you're interested in about the book project, then just put the word book down below. So tip number 3 that I'm going to give you today is, one of the nicest ways for us to grow our businesses is when we get love from our clients, right? When we get that love in the form of testimonials, in the form of a video, which is rare, but sometimes we can convince clients to do that. But maybe somebody sent you a text message back saying, oh my gosh, I had the most amazing facial with you, Nicola, and thank you so much. I loved it. I can't wait to come back again. Like, take a screenshot of that and create a branded image. Now, what do I mean by branded image? By that, I mean, go onto Canva. If you're not using Canva, it is a dream platform and you can use it for free. It's so amazing. I love it. And you can actually create like rectangles or squares that, have like an outside edge, but the middle is empty. And you can then upload that screenshot, or you can rewrite parts of it. Sometimes like many of you know I'm still operating as an esthetician, right? I only do skincare, but I only work maybe 5 days out of the month. Yeah, literally 5 days out of the month. But when I do, the last 2 weeks, I've had clients come in that I have not seen since pre-COVID, which is very exciting to me. And I'm so honored that they chose to come back again. But both of them wrote an unsolicited, and I thought about messaging them, but unsolicited testimonial for me. And I was truly blown away. Just beautiful, right? I shared them on my timeline because they tagged me and they tagged my business. But what better thing for me to share with somebody who's never been to see me before? So it's such an exciting thing when a client leaves you a testimonial. I hope that you guys are all collecting your testimonials, because that's a huge, huge, huge piece of your marketing that you can always plug in at any time. If you have nothing else to share, you could be sharing a testimonial. So find the Canva account. If you don't have one already, you can sign up for free. And then basically create like 5 or 6 versions of what I call the template that you can then plug in any kind of testimonial. Now, you guys know I'm passionate about colors, right? You can see my glasses. I love the color purple. You can see the purple in my hair. I love purple and I love hot pink. And sometimes I'll add a little bit of turquoise or gold. But almost everything I share has got those color tones in it. So when I create a testimonial, often, unless it's just something quick, but if you can create those branded images for your social media, it's a fantastic way for you to share those things, because then somebody else is bragging about how great you are. That's called third-party validation. There's nothing better than the third-party validation. So that's, and I often will say, share it humbly with excitement. And in other words, have a humble brag. It's really important to constantly be humble bragging. And by that, I mean like you're bragging about it, but you're also being very humble about it, right? So like I'm always so honored when a client, sends me beautiful words, right? Even sometimes many of you send me messages and say, my gosh, your classes are amazing. I love your passion. I love your energy. Like whatever the case might be, I love those. They really feed my soul. And I'm definitely a person that appreciates words of affirmation. So for me, that is a really fantastic way. And I love that, but I also love to give, right? I love to give those testimonials to clients as well. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, what am I doing right now? Right here, right now. Yeah, I'm on video, right? I'm on a Facebook Live with all of you guys here in the group. Now, you may not be live with me, but that's okay. It was very strange for me to start doing these when I first started doing them. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm talking to a wall, right? It's very weird. And I totally get it. But you know what? There's nothing better than video for you to get the reach that you want. Stories are fantastic. Video is amazing. And reels are also incredible. Now, those are all different types of video formats for social media, right? Yeah, TikTok. I'm not a TikTok girl at all. So don't ask me any questions about TikTok. I'm not your person, but pretty much anything else, if you guys have questions about anything, you can certainly ask me. Okay. So, it really is still the best way to get attention. Why? Because you can engage with your audience. Like, you guys get to see my facial expressions. You get to see me using my pom-pom, right? This is one of my signature things that I use when I do a video. But you get to know my personality. You get to know the genuine me. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. Do I mess up and say the wrong thing? Absolutely. But that's okay, because people are not looking for perfection scripted videos. They want to see you in your beautiful self. So I would really encourage you to do video, because it's very, very powerful. Okay. Tip number 5, celebrate the milestones, right? I mean, in your business, whether it's an anniversary that's coming up, maybe you are doing a new training with your skincare line. Maybe you're bringing on a new skincare line and you're doing trainings. Maybe you just got a new certification. Whatever the case is, celebrate those milestones in your business. And a really big tip, whenever that celebration comes around again, trust me, if you've posted it on social media, especially on Facebook, Facebook is going to remind you, because you have a memory a year later. Well, guess what? You can just post it again, right? You can say, oh my gosh, it's been a year since I had this achievement. Maybe you won something in your community. Maybe you were recognized by your peers in your community for the incredible work that you do. Maybe you're an amazing volunteer in your community, and so you were recognized for that. So whatever that celebration was, share the milestones. People need to know that you're human just like them. What are the things that are going on for you, right? Tip number 6. This is really fun. I call this BTS. Does anybody know what BTS stands for? Now, please, I apologize. I'm looking at my screen because I find that when I'm on my video here, it's very difficult for me to see if there's any comments. So if you have any comments or any questions, please put them here. And if I don't answer right away, it's because I don't see it. It doesn't always populate as quickly on a Facebook Live on my phone, but I will, however, come back and take a look inside the group a little bit later. Okay. So make sure that you ask any questions you might have. Now, BTS is behind the scenes. Like, it's so cool to show people what you're doing. Maybe you're setting up your treatment bed, and you say to people, you can either talk them through it and do an actual video, or you could do a timeline where, time lapse, where you're videotaping yourself doing all of the things in your treatment room. So maybe you say, I have a 5-layer treatment bed, and you show people how you're setting it up. Maybe you're just doing the mundane tasks of, oh my God, 5 bags of laundry, but it's a fun way to show people what you do. Maybe you got a new order in and you could do an unboxing in front of your audience. That's a super fun way to do things. And I use Boomerang when I'm opening a box. I'll actually have my phone and I'll do a quick boomerang. That's a really cool way. You could say, oh, I wonder what's inside. Take a peek with me, right? And so it's a really fun way to pull in your audience, because that makes them interested in what you're doing, because then you are doing something interesting. Okay. What else? Tip number 7. What is your niche? We all know there's the phrase that riches are in the niches, right? So there you go. I just made a boo-boo right now, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean, right? The riches are in the niches. So how are you niching down in your business? Now, I know sometimes estheticians start their business and they say, oh, Tazeem, I do everything. I've got manicures, I do pedicures, I do lashes, I do facials, I do waxing, I do body, I do everything. And I get that. I mean, most of us will do more than one service. I now really, truly only do skincare, corrective skincare, right? But if you are a full-time business owner, you probably do have multiple different services that you offer. But my question to you is, what are you known for in your community? If people call your name or they use your business name, what is the one thing people say, oh, right. Hey, Melissa. Oh, yeah, Melissa is known for facials. Oh, my gosh. If you want to go for a facial, Melissa is your girl. So who are you catering to? And what is your niche? How do you want to show up in your community when people call your name or they talk about you? What is it that they're talking about? Are you the go-to specialist in your community for facials, for waxing, for massage, for body, for lashes, for nails? It doesn't matter what it is that you do. I'm not saying you have to stop doing all your other services, but what is it that you want to be known for? For me, it's absolutely skincare and skincare only. Yeah, I don't run my business traditionally like most of you. I don't even have a website anymore. Okay? But I want you to think about what your niche is in your business. And people say to me, but Tazeem, if I still offer everything else, how do I create my niche? If you want to know that, then ask me that question below. If that's you and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to do that. And I will maybe do that as another Facebook Live. I don't want to get into it right now. But there are ways that you can niche down. Become an expert at something. You don't want to be the master of jack of all trades. You don't want to be a Jill of all trades. You don't. You don't want to be the person that's like, oh yeah, I do everything. Well, no, because when you do that, you're actually speaking to nobody. People are like, oh yeah, she's just a generalist. I don't want to go see her. Now, if you had a bad knee, you might go and see a massage therapist, you might go and see a physio, you might see a chiropractor. But if you needed surgery, where would you be going? You're going to go and see a bone specialist, right? You're not going to go and see a dermatologist. So if you think of what the doctors are doing, they're all specialists because that's all they do. A chiropractor, they deal with your body and putting your body back into alignment, right? A physiotherapist helps you, post an accident or any type of surgery. A massage therapist, that's all they do is massage. A dentist, that's all they do is teeth. And then even in the dental world, there are like people who do orthodontists, people who do custom, all kinds of that's what they specialize in. So we need to take the cue from the doctors. What are we doing to specialize in our business, right? So that's tip number 7. And before I give you tip number 8, I am going to give you a little bit more information. So first of all, if you're here and you're watching the replay, or even if you're watching it live, if you're watching the replay, put #replay and tell me which one you loved, and tell me, would you like to have more of these kinds of really easy to implement tips in your spa business? If you do, then put the word more in below here, and I will reach out to you. I am creating a masterclass, and it's called Spa Growth Hacks for Your Business. Like I said, I've shared 8 of them here with you today. I have over 42 different versions of variations like this that will really help you grow your business. Most of them cost just about nothing. So you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars, right? Really, this is all spa growth hacks without spending money on ads. So this masterclass is going to be regularly priced at $99. I am doing an early bird pricing. So if you want the early bird pricing for that, then just put early bird down below, and I will reach out to you and get you that information. I'll also be sharing a post in the group in the next couple of days about the masterclass, and there will be an early bird pricing. And for those of you, this is another little bonus. For those of you that are watching this, if you are inside the book project and you have already signed up as an author, this masterclass is going to be an additional bonus. So it's worth $100 at regular price, but I am going to offer it at an early bird price. But if you are an author, or you're still sitting on the fence about becoming an author, you can join this masterclass for free. That's my extra gift to you for becoming an author inside the book project. So again, if you want information about the book, put the word #book. If you want to find out more about this masterclass, then just put the word more. And if you have any other questions, then I would love for you to let me know below, and I will do my best to answer the question for you. And as we wrap up, thank you for being here with me today. This is good. I'm right at that 30-minute mark right now, just 29 minutes now. So the last one, number 8, is ask. Simply ask. And you're thinking, what am I asking, Tazeem? I want you, as you get comfortable, if you've seen a client more than twice or 3 times, why not ask them for a referral? Get something like this made. This is one of my postcards. Actually, that's the same image I have on my business card as well. But this is my business called Skin Indulgent Spa. You're welcome to follow me there. I don't post that much on there. Like I said, for me, my business really all comes from repeat and referrals. I don't have a website. I don't do things traditionally. However, you'll see these kinds of things even on my personal feed. But this is a little postcard, and you can write something on the back and give them a referral. Give them this. It's so fun, right? Like, make something kind of interesting. Of course, it does have to work with your branding again, but you want it to be fun. You want it to be like, oh, not just a piece of paper. Make it an unusual shape. Make it like, this is like a mini postcard, right? So you can do a mini postcard. You can even get smaller than this. You can get an oversized business card that you can use to do this. You could get a square business card. You could get a round business card. There's lots of different ways. Make it so it stands out. Again, the name of the game is to stand out from above the crowd. As I call it, you want to be a blue ocean in the Red Sea. How is it that you're standing out from others in your community? Now, how wonderful would it be to have something like this that you could give your clients and say, Mrs. Jones, you've been here to see me 3 times now, and I'm so grateful for you. Would you be so kind and share your experience with 2 or 3 other friends or colleagues or family members? And I have this little treat. And so what is it that you're going to gift them? Could you be doing, and please don't do 10%. 10% is such a slap in the face. I would never leave home for 10% anything. And $10, depending on your pricing, is like bare bones minimum. So here I would do like either a $10 or $15 towards any very specific 1-hour treatment, or maybe a 75-minute treatment. Now, if your pricing is too low, that's a whole other conversation. If your pricing is too low, then you're going to end up with giving away too much and not earning enough. So you've got to put the stipulation on this referral card that they have to spend X amount of dollars or book a certain amount of services in terms of time frame. Because normally, I'm guessing, if your time frame treatments are like 75 minutes to 90 minutes, then you're probably charging a little bit more. So adjust this to work for your business, of course. But I would really encourage you to do a minimum $10 to $15. Now, remember, it's only worth $10 to $15 if the client decides to come in and redeem it. Now, if they come in and redeem it, you have to look at that as advertising, right? But if she comes in and has a $150 facial and gets $15 off, I mean, that's a brand new client. $15 is a nice amount of money. If your services are higher, I would almost encourage you to go almost $20, because then it really feels like a gift, right? So making sure that you are asking your clients for the referral, just simply ask. Just say, do you have anybody in your life that you could share this referral card with? And when they bring this back, you too will get a gift. So whatever I'm gifting to the new client, I will also gift to my current client as a way to say thank you to them for referring the new client. So that's it. It's a wrap. That is my 8 ways for you to grow your business. And I do hope that many of you will join me on the live masterclass. There will be a replay which will be available. So even if you can't make the class live, you can have access to the replay afterwards. Like I said, regularly it'll be $99 for the masterclass, but you can join for the early bird. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, then put the word hashtag early bird, and I will reach out to you with that. And then probably by Monday, I will have the image and all more information and registration link and everything available for you that you guys can sign up for that. So, and on the date and everything will be there as well. Whoops, sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate all of you that are here. And if you're watching the replay, then put hashtag replay. If you have any questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer them for you. Stay safe, stay well. Keep asking those clients, keep marketing your business, because remember, visibility is the only way to grow your business. Thank you for being here with me today. My name is Tazeem Jamal. I am your master esthetician, award-winning spa business coach, and your guide here inside Spa Success. So thank you for being here with me today. I appreciate you. Please feel free to tag another Esty who's in the group that you think would really learn and be inspired by this video as well. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.